Yay, we are live. Good morning, Lucy Wallington. How are you?
Very well, thank you, Ashley. Thank you for having me.
And did I get the pronunciation right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right then. As I started saying your name, I went, oh no, is it Wallington? Oh no. And look, we're here today to talk live with the amazing Lucy Wallington. I nearly said Wallington then. That's in my head now. And this is the thing with live. Yeah, but this is the thing with life, okay, is we start panicking and worrying. And because I've been doing live for a long time, it's just second nature. And this is why we're having this discussion, because we were on a call together, you and myself, with Joe Dodds,
Yeah.
in the Power to Live More Calm group. And you said, oh, I wish I could do more live, but I don't like doing it. And I shouted out that I've done 284 lives. That is because I play guitar on my Facebook page.
Yeah.
And so when I started, I didn't have a clue. I was shy. I was nervous. You start panicking. But the more you do, the easier it becomes. So what are your obstacles? Why aren't you doing lives and stuff?
It's really silly, isn't it? It's part vanity because you think I'm going to say something really stupid, make myself look a right arse, and I'm going to stumble my words. I'm going to start waffling on about nothing and think, where was I even going with that? And just it's not going to be a consistently fun thing for people to listen to. But it's you end up the fear is all about me. So that's the first thing. The second thing is about the technicalities, like what buttons do I press, how do I set it up, and you and I were talking just beforehand about lighting and what lights to have on and what not, and there's a lot more to it than just going for it, which I think and for me, I want it to get it right and I want it to look good and sound good.
Okay, that is a normal fear.
Yeah.
Fear. Morning, Stephen Cox. You can actually help us a little bit with going live, because you've done quite a few lives as well. It'd be interesting to know how many lives you've done. But I think if we start worrying about absolutely everything, we won't do a thing. Okay. And what you've got to remember, that there are people watching. They're like, you've already got one fan.
Yeah, I know.
So,
It's like Paul, have we met before?
Yeah, exactly. Look, so as you know, I'm a musician, and I was doing a gig during Folk Week, and I was up on my own with my guitar, and there was, I don't know, 50, 60, 100 people in the audience in a big car park. So it looked like there wasn't many people there. But if you'd have put them in a pub, they'd have been standing like this. But they're all there listening to this guy on stage playing guitar. Now, I hands up, I'm not the world's greatest singer. I'm definitely not the world's greatest guitarist. But I'm having fun and I'm enjoying myself. But everybody in that audience, okay, are all looking up and going, oh, I wish I could do that. Oh, I wish I had the courage to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, if only I could just play one song. Do you know, there's probably one or two people in the audience going, oh, I'm much better than that guy and he's an idiot.
No doubt.
But if he said something like that, his partner, wife, child, son, father, whatever, might turn around and go, yeah, but you're not. So shut up and leave him to it.
Yeah,
And that's exactly the same with when you're doing live video. Okay.
Yeah.
Everything I do it because I enjoy doing it and I have fun. So I'm having fun here. I think if I'd have done this 284 videos ago,
I'll ask you, yeah.
My hands would be leaking, absolutely leaking.
And yeah, I knew I was going to be all red. I should have worn a turtleneck, shouldn't I?
You're looking really good today. It's absolutely fine. And that's the thing, is stop that fear, because most people watching are thinking, oh, I wish I could do that. I wish I could do that. Now, one of the top tips for you maybe is, do you use Instagram?
Yes.
Okay. Instagram have a feature called Stories, but then when you go into Stories, you can actually do live.
Okay. That. Yeah. Okay.
So I've been doing stories on LinkedIn because I just want to get used to talking to camera and just doing anything.
Yeah.
And so I've been doing that for a month or so, maybe even longer. I'm not sure. But they've dropped it on LinkedIn. Okay. So I've gone. Leaky hands are no good when you're playing guitar. Absolutely, Stephen. But the thing is, right, I've got used to doing it. So I've got into a habit. And so when I go on my walk now, I want to do a video. So I'm now doing a live. All right. And that's a little bit more nerve wracking than doing a normal video, because what I normally do, so with a story, you've got 20 seconds. So you've got to get what you want to say in those 20 seconds.
Yeah.
But now I'm going live. And as long as I do longer than a minute, it will stay up there. So it goes to Instagram TV.
Mm-hmm.
So all of those videos that I've done this week are up there, and I've created a series for this week. And if you go back and look at them, the first one isn't as good as today's.
Sure.
And then if you go back next week, next Friday is going to be, I don't know, 10 times better than what I did this Monday. And it really is all about the practice. And so if you have a go at that, all right, and if you're that worried, do it at an odd time, so then nobody will be watching.
Yeah. Now tell me, can you delete it if you really think, oh, I cannot have that on there forever? Can you delete it?
Right. I'm a LinkedIn expert. I am a novice at Instagram, so I do not know. So if anyone watching knows if you could delete it, I am sure you can. I'm sure you can.
Okay, so let's just say, for example, it was a disaster right now for whatever reason, and we needed to shut it down or delete whatever happens.
Oh, this thing here that we're doing now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, definitely you can delete. This turns into a post. So
Right.
yes, you can delete it. So yeah, if you're not happy, we can delete it. But so far, so good. And so, how are you feeling? You're still nervous?
I am a bit. It's ridiculous, isn't it? But we're only just chatting.
Absolutely.
StreamYard is the platform, if that's the right terminology to use, for LinkedIn videos.
Absolutely. So it's great to have Zoe on, because Zoe is she does a lot of lives and stuff like that. So but I'm sure, Zoe, when you first started, you were just as nervous as young Lucy. So good morning and thanks for dropping in. Yeah, LinkedIn don't allow you to just do it from the platform. You need a third-party provider, and they give you a list of ones to use. I've stumbled on StreamYard because quite a few people use it. I like the features that it's got, and it just makes life an awful lot easier. So yeah, so that's one of the technicalities. I think the first thing you need to worry about is just having a go, and I think your phone and Instagram would be a way to do it. That's the thing. Hang on again. Yes, Zoe was so nervous, and Stephen's saying that you come across really well. So now you're in your stride. So you've got all these people now are expecting you to do a live next week. You know that, don't you?
God. Okay. Yeah.
So what's your chosen platform for doing lives on? Because with LinkedIn, you need to apply for it, and you need to have like a special license or whatever they call it. I don't know.
Oh, okay, it's quite fancy. I didn't realise. Facebook, I've done 2 or 3 lives.
Right.
Only.
Okay.
I have a few videos up, but I've recorded myself on Zoom and did the usual, it sounds really good. Then you stumble and think, crap, I need to delete that. And you have to start again.
Absolutely.
Load it and reload it. And it just gets silly because you think 2 hours have gone by and all I want to do is say something for 5 minutes. Just do it. Stop being an idiot.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think if I'd have done that on the very first video I did, we wouldn't be having this conversation, because I wouldn't have the confidence to be doing this.
Yeah.
And I think that's all you need to do is just do it. Get out there, have a go. So you're doing it on your Facebook channel.
Yep.
Okay. How do we find that?
Budgeting.planning.
Budgeting.planning. Okay. Yep. So we'll I can't do 2 things at once. So we'll put something in the comments at the end, and then you can put some links to everything there. You've got a Facebook page, which we have got here. I didn't ask you who you are and what you do. We just went straight into chatting because we're just so comfortable, aren't we? So go on, tell everybody who you are and what you do, Lucy. Sorry.
What's your name and where'd you come from, love? Well, my name's Lucy, as you can see. I live in Kent, and for many years, 30 years, I've been a retailer, but last year that changed. I started being, I was a partner with Utility Warehouse, still am, and I wanted to expand on that. So early this year, I started budgeting and planning. So it's a 3-parter. So the first part is I help people with their budgets, and something I'm just creating at the moment is a series of 7 different budget planners for different stages or seasons of your life. So it could be that you are just having a baby and you're looking at maternity leave and what that might do for your your household finances. Maybe you're looking at retiring. Maybe you're living on your own for the first time, maybe split up with a partner. There's all sorts of reasons why you might need to start looking at your budget differently and start perhaps looking at it from a different perspective. So that's the main thing that I started doing that's very new this year. Second thing I told you about, the sort of almost like the second portion of it, I can help people to, reduce and condense all of their household bills and save a ton of money. And the third thing is I'm not a financial advisor, but I have partnered up with some really lovely people who I've met networking over the last year. So I've got a financial advisor, I've got mortgage brokers, and I've got various other people that I now partner with. So anybody who I'm working with who then wants that sort of third stage, that sort of further financial portion of their life taken care of, I can signpost them to some really lovely people that I've met that I would trust to help them with. So that's kind of my business. It's quite new, several months old, and lots and lots and lots to learn. And but I actually love learning. I didn't realize quite how much I think my brain needed it.
Yeah, I think when we leave school, it's like, that's it, we don't have to do it anymore. And then when you get into it, it's like, oh wow, this is brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Lucy, I don't know if you noticed that then, but you just chatted to camera and you spoke beautifully, eloquently. You got your point across. That was alive on LinkedIn. Yeah, so you can do it. I love this. I love this comment from Zoe.
All the time. It's awful.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? What is coming across when you are doing the and you're thinking and maybe stumbling a little bit? What's coming across to the audience?
I'm just being me, I suppose. That's
absolutely. Yeah.
And with my hands, I'm very conscious. I'm a very expressionate person with my hands. And is that distracting? Is it annoying on camera? Is it like, oh, for God's sake, woman, sit on your bloody hands? I don't know, but this is how I am.
Yeah. And this is the thing that I love about LinkedIn is people are being themselves. And so why can't you be yourself on camera? And this is what I've learned over the last 18 months of doing my lives on Facebook is I'm just me. And if people tune in and they come back, they obviously like what I'm doing, and that's brilliant. If they tune in and never come back, that's brilliant too, because they don't like me. That's fine. I cannot please all the people all the time.
Of course not.
And I think once you realize that makes life easier. So I've just had a thought, right? All these amazing people in your network. Why don't you do something like this as a live on Facebook? And then you've got an ally or a friend.
Thinking about that actually in between our first conversation and place the tune, dude. Between our first conversation and now, I have thought about that, and yes. So Holly, Chris, I'm coming for you. Okay.
Absolutely. Make sure you tag them to this so they can see how professional you are and that they'll want to be on with you. So you just mentioned lights and stuff like that. I'm just going to share my screen because yesterday, I don't know if anyone saw my post this morning, but yesterday I was doing a little bit of filming with guide dogs. And there we are in our living room. That's my wife. And myself with the dog. We've got the producer here was asking us questions. So they had all the proper lighting and goodness knows what else. Absolutely amazing. The kit that they brought was absolutely amazing. But you don't need all of that kit. And I think what happens is people go, oh, I can't do this because I haven't got this and I haven't got that. And you're going to save up for this. I'm going to save up for that.
Yeah.
I've done all of my lives on my mobile phone. Okay. And most people today have got a mobile phone that's 3 or less years old, and that is all you need.
And you're not in a fancy schmancy music studio. You're in your home office, right?
You could be really honest if you like. It's a shed. It is a shed. That's a wooden roof. Yeah, absolutely. It is a shed. I've got carpet on the floor. There's no soft furnishings. No, absolutely. So yeah, just go for it. And you've got a beautiful setting behind you. Maybe a little bit of lighting. I think your face could be a little bit brighter. And I'm literally just
we were talking a bit about lighting and also in these ring lights and all sorts of things. So
absolutely.
So your new toy.
I purchased this yesterday. I'm just going to turn it on. So it's got loads of bars on it, and so it's quite bright. And then I can adjust the color so it's a so that's not so bright. And then I can turn the white ones on, so I get the blue light, the white light. So what I need to do is work out where it's best to go.
Yeah.
I've also got this thing as well. So that would, if you see my face,
yes,
yeah? And then that softens it. So I need to have a play with that and work out where to stick that. So that's the sort of thing. But that I think that's really going to help. So that's the sort of thing you need to be doing. You can't hear me now because I'm over there. But I think because you're a spectacle wearer, if you have those ring lights, you end up with that little circle on your spectacles. So that's something to do. All I've got at the moment is a row of spotlights up there, so that they're coming down on me. But my whole setup is in front of the big window in my shed.
Yes.
So I've got lots of natural light pouring in on me as well.
Yeah, I have that too, actually, to be fair. And finally, when I'm doing Zoom calls at the first thing in the morning, networking, for example, because it starts out dark and it just gets lighter and lighter as obviously the sun's coming up. But yeah, I was wondering about lighting and how you need to change your lighting, your actual hardwired lighting to suit the natural lighting coming in.
Yeah, and I think what we just did earlier was you've got a beautiful little light behind you, makes the room look lovely, but then that's taking away, and so that made your face brighter. So it's just having a play with it, and that's all you need to do. We've got loads of messages coming in. This is amazing. So hardest thing to do is look in the camera and not worry what's going on around you. More difficult when actually hosting a live. Looking in the camera helps you resonate with the audience. Yeah, absolutely. Mine's got a little green dot next to it, so I know exactly where to look. But it's hard not to look at you because you're sort of like halfway down here.
I'm talking to you as a person, not talking to the camera. I don't know how newsreaders do it. It's just
well, so what newsreader, they've got the auto cue coming through the camera. So it's right in front of them. I've also seen a device that basically is a bit of clear plastic that you can position the camera anywhere on the screen. So I could just put it right next to you. But the thing is, when you're doing this, you've also got all these comments coming through, so you want to bring those in. But yeah, it's a good point, Stephen. Jordan Reader, I think everyone's notorious for doing Jordan, and that's what makes us human. I really don't think if you do not stumble on your words and you do not say an or an I, so like, well, is this real? If they scripted it and if they practiced it, and have they done 7 million takes? Yeah. And if you watch the news, they're reading it, and they're professionals and they're doing it all the time, but they're still reading it.
Yeah.
If you see someone doing a proper interview and it's all off the cuff and then they go here and they go there will be an and an R, because there's no way your brain is thinking of so many things to do.
Yeah. And of course, coming across as being just a normal person, you're not an actor, you're not a presenter, you're just you.
And one of the things that I teach on my LinkedIn Daily Habit Workshop is people buy from people who they know, like, and trust. Yeah. And they're more likely to know, like, and trust you if you're human and normal and you've got the odd here. So thanks for being honest, Jordan, but it really isn't a problem. Look at this one. I like that. You come across very well. So he's already gone, but there you go.
Thank you.
There's no excuse now. All these people want to see your live now. This is brilliant. Do you know Sammy?
Yeah, she's one of my besties.
And she's smiling all the way through. So there you go. So Paul's just saying you get out what you put in, and absolutely, and that's really what you got to do. Look, this was supposed to be a 15-minute thing, and we've already gone over. And it's true what they say. You have the time flies when you have fun. Yeah. If anyone's got any questions for me or Lucy, then please come up with them. But Lucy, have you got any last words?
Just thank you so much for this opportunity. I would never have done it if you hadn't have cajoled me into it. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Actually, been absolutely brilliant.
No, I think this is this will be something that I will do every now and again. I've even created a new banner. Look, it says at the top, the 15-minute guy talks with. So we never know. So I'd love to do more of these, and I think the spontaneity of it all makes it more fun. So thank you very much for being my guest today, and we are all going to look forward to seeing some more lives from Lucy, and we're going to go on our website and have a look at that, and you're going to drop in all the links in this, because this will then become a post. So guys, have yourself an absolutely fantastic weekend. What a lovely end to the week for me this was. You've been a lovely guest, Lucy, and spurred me on to do even more of this stuff. So thank you. So have a great day, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.